So we've got a fella working on the roof because we've got water coming in now. It's always something, isn't there? Let's get back to models. So talk about a comfort zone. And this is it pretty much done, I think. I've just remembered, as I open my mouth, I've got the propeller blade to do on there. I think on all of the versions of this aircraft I've ever seen, parts of this are white. So I might go back and just double check and do that. And apart from that, this is what I had in mind. This is pretty much what I saw when I was a kid. And I do remember there was something at the front, I don't know what. I've borrowed that because it's about the right size. I do remember there was possibly a number, so I've added one there. And I just realised as I was putting the aircraft down, I've put the wrong sort of tricolor there because I should have one with a white outline. The big, it's alright, I've got some, I can find some, I can do it. The big problem I had, well, let me put it another way. Another reason why I didn't want to use the very old markings is because I didn't think they could cope with all the rivets. And these aren't actually the freshest markings I own. I've got a big box of old spare markings and I went through them, and these are about the right size. And this one broke up. Now I prepared the surface, I got fixed the lot, but that one just didn't want to behave, and it broke up into 9 parts, and I thought I could respray, but there was one part that didn't want to come off, and I thought this is getting quite complicated, see if I can put it back together. And I did, and it was perfect last night. I come back to it this morning and it's just slipped a little there, and that's a shame. So yeah, there's room for a rethink, isn't there? The other thing is, this morning, I do not know what's happened, but you might, hang on, you might be able to see, or you will be able to see, the white outline has vanished at the top end. I think it's disintegrated because there's no sign of it whatsoever, and it was there yesterday. So that's a shame as well. Not sure what to do about that one. Might be able to find something to replace it with. We will see. But what I really need to do now is I'm going to put the base on it, or the stand, and then I think that'll make getting the propeller blade on a lot easier. And then I'll do some sort of final shots. The aim being, I know a lot of people probably haven't watched all the other films and are raging at me and so on, but the aim is to recreate a model I had as a kid in a nostalgic way. And so in about a year's time, when I've got over the emotion, I will do the glass and get all the canopy lines on, I hope. I probably should put a tricolor on the inside of the tail plane as well. But anyway, this is pretty much what I saw as a kid. Give or take a letter B at the front and a 16 at the back. Remarkable thing. Very remarkable. And it surprised my dad, who knew a lot about this kind of thing. And I'd worked on, turns out every time you talk to him, you get a little bit more detail about him in the war. He was a teenager, he worked on gliders. He worked on munitions first, then gliders, and then it seems he was working on aircraft. So he was into this kind of thing, he knew it intimately, like literally inside out. So he knew that when we saw this black beast with almost no markings, we'd seen something very rare. is. I hope you like this extremely gloss black Shackleton, because I do. I think it suits it incredibly. Looking at the box though, I must say there are so many, or going on the internet, there are so many versions of it. You could buy tons of these and do them in all kind of paint jobs, but there we go. Anyway, I hope you like this one, and I will put it on a stand and get a better background. Go on then, you persuaded me. Let's see it from the other side too. Not that there's a lot of difference. Right, we're done. We are... Oh, I haven't put the prop blade on. Oh. Anyway, are we still filming? Here it is. And it is exactly what I had in mind. Now, my one wish is that I'd had it with the wheels down. I think I mentioned that before, but for those who are just jumping in, I wish I'd had it with the wheels down, because that's how I saw it. And for those who are jumping in, I once saw, when I was a kid, I saw this. I saw a gloss, high gloss, black Shackleton at an airfield in London. And I've completely forgotten the name of it. Near Harrow and other such places. God, it eludes me. Used to have mosquitoes at it, and of course Spitfires and Hurricanes, I do believe. Anyway, here it is. This is our beautiful, I think now I can safely say it's beautiful, high gloss Shackleton. I'll do the glass in about a year's time. One thing that I'm fairly pleased with is I hand painted the missing bit of rim on that, and it's okay. It might need, I think as time goes by I will be tempted to trim it a little with some black, but there we go. As for the model, it's as good as anything Airfix came up with at the time. And as for the parts fitting and that kind of thing, some did, some didn't. Some were a trial, some were not. Just like many of the Airfix models I have encountered that are of a similar vintage. And it's on a stand. I'm getting to like stands these days, more and more. I didn't used to like them as a kid because I felt you can't fake them flying, even with bits of fish wire from the ceiling. But now, I think a good stand is part of the joy of the model. So yes, this is what I saw. If anybody knows anything about perfectly black Shackletons, let me know. In the end of the 60s, early 70s, perhaps. What a stunningly impressive aircraft. An alright model. Well done, Frog. You did alright. I always thought Frog were a bit second rate. But when you look on the internet, people are doing them, getting good models out of them, and when you look on things like eBay, they're selling for similar prices to anything else. And if you've got a slightly ropey model, you just call it vintage and put the price up, don't you? So there's that to consider as well. And I have to say, you've kind of disappointed myself here, but I could have had the flaps operational. All the flaps really worked well, but I just, almost on autopilot, as is my habit, I didn't go for moving parts or anything like that. I think I missed a trick there, because they really do, they fit very well and they moved very well, but I just dropped a bit of glue on and that was that, which is a shame now. So more than any problems with the model, I have regrets about my own decision making. So to wind up, I would highly recommend this model if you like a bit of old-fashioned model making. It is a good one. And I've got a Revel one somewhere in a box, and this is one of those things. I'd be tempted to get another one or two just because there's so many different versions to be had, and it is a staggering aircraft. Right, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And the only question now is, where on earth am I going to put this giant beast? Oh, and I've got to put the propeller blade on. Anyway, we'll come back in about a year and do the glass and trim up a few other bits, I suspect. You know what it's like when you put it away, you go, oh, I should have done this and that. But this is it for now. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. I've got a number of plates spinning once again, you know how things go. And yeah, cheers. We're done. Alright, where am I going to put this?